Of all the group activities, the Valley's Jax Taylor regretted missing during his time in a mental health treatment facility, the Santa Barbara healing ceremony was not one of them. Those are like the little events I was okay with being in rehab for, he admitted on the Valley after show, before scoffing at the gratitude ball his friends and some enemies tossed around on Season 2, Episode 4. When a producer reminded Jax that he was obsessed with Reiki healing for a minute during Vanderpump Rules Season 6, he took the opportunity to set the record straight on his eyebrow-raising experience with the energy healing practice, which uses physical touch in an effort to promote relaxation, as well as his therapist, Kelsey. First of all, I don't know why people keep messaging that. What about the Reiki healer? She was amazing, he said of the so-called Jax Whisperer, adding, by the way, she was married, she was amazing, and she was good at what she does. Nowadays, Jax doesn't buy into the concept though. I'm way too ADD to sit there and take it all in, he explained. I'm thinking about doing laundry, where I'm gonna go tonight. I'm like, can we hurry this process along? I see why my. The intimate nature of Jax's Reiki sessions with Kelsey caused a stir on VPR Season 6, which aired from late 2017 until mid-2018. Every time I see her, I have the best day of my life, he gushed in one episode of his therapeutic healer, who called him by his real name, Jason, dubbing their sessions the highlight of his week. Jax also asked then-girlfriend Brittany Cartwright to vacate their apartment during his time with Kelsey, which really irritated her. Even so, she didn't believe they had an undercover romance. Don't try to act like she is the light of your life when I have been trying to help him and do the same exact things that he said she was doing the entire time. Brittany elaborated during a March 2018 Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen episode. I honestly don't think that there's anything going on with him and Kelsey. I just think it did look very, very weird. However, 67% of the polled WVHL audience begged to differ. Jax Taylor detailed his new healing journey in rehab. Though Jax was not physically present for the Valley's Santa Barbara trip, he was still very much part of the conversation, including during the healing ceremony. After Brittany had earlier revealed Jax's rage texts from rehab, Jason Kiperna asked the group to collectively put energy toward him sticking through with getting help and really doing better for himself and for Brittany and for his kid, 4-year-old son Cruz Michael Kachi. Afterward, Jax provided a rehab update via a video diary he filmed in the treatment center, and it turned out he was experiencing some FOMO with Brittany. I know she's going on trips and things like that, and sometimes I feel a little alone. I feel a little neglected, he shared. I wish she would check in on me more. I know that I've done a lot of damage, and I know, that she's got to go through her own thing. But I know when we got married, it was in sickness and in health, and right now I'm sick. It's been years since Jax Taylor became one of the most talked about cast members on Vanderpump Rules, and yet some of his most memorable moments are still coming back to haunt or heal him. One of the most infamous? His eyebrow-raising connection to a Reiki healer named Kelsey, a storyline that left fans and his then-girlfriend Brittany Cartwright scratching their heads. Now, in the latest episode of the Valley After Show, Jax is setting the record straight and finally addressing the elephant in the spiritual room. From admitting he used to be obsessed with Reiki to clarifying just how close he really got to the so-called Jax Whisperer, Jax offered a refreshingly candid take on his past, his mental health, and where he stands now. During the Valley Season 2, Episode 4, the cast embarked on a healing ceremony in Santa Barbara, a spiritual group activity involving rituals like the Gratitude Ball, meant to help the group reset emotionally. But Jax, who was in a mental health treatment facility at the time, wasn't sad to miss it. Those are, like, the little events I was okay with being in rehab for, he admitted, rolling his eyes at the touchy-feely moment his friends and frenemies were embracing For a man who famously struggles to sit still, it wasn't surprising. "I'm way too ADD to sit there and take it all in," he added later. "I'm thinking about doing laundry, where I'm gonna go tonight. I'm like, can we hurry this process along?" Yet the irony wasn't lost on viewers when a producer reminded Jax that he was once very into energy healing, specifically Reiki, back in Vanderpump Rules Season 6. Cue the flashbacks. Back in 2017, viewers of VPR watched as Jax began seeing a Reiki therapist named Kelsey. Unlike the grouped wellness sessions of the Valley, these encounters were one-on-one and, according to many fans and castmates, intensely personal. In one particularly cringeworthy yet unforgettable moment, Jax gushed that "every time I see her, I have the best day of my life." That's a strong endorsement for any healer and a red flag for any partner. At the time, he was dating Brittany Cartwright, and it didn't take long before the intimacy of his sessions with Kelsey started causing tension in their relationship. Jax not only asked Brittany to leave their shared apartment during his sessions, but even began referring to his healer by his real name, Jason, something that viewers noted added a strange level of emotional intimacy. "She was amazing," Jax reaffirmed recently on the Valley After Show, still sticking by the professional reputation of his former Reiki healer. "First of all, I don't know why people keep messaging that. What about the Reiki healer? She was amazing. By the way, she was married, she was amazing, and she was good at what she does." And that's the story Jax is sticking to, that nothing romantic happened between him and Kelsey. Still, even with his attempts to clear the air, the story left a lasting impression on viewers. Although Brittany never publicly accused Jax of cheating with Kelsey, she didn't hide how uncomfortable the whole situation made her. On a 2018 episode of Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, Brittany addressed the elephant in the room. "Don't try to act like she is the light of your life when I've been trying to help him and do the same exact things that he said she was doing the entire time," she said, clearly irritated. "I honestly don't think that there's anything going on with him and Kelsey. I just think it did look very, very weird. She wasn't the only one who thought so." During that same VPR episode, a fan poll revealed that 67% of viewers believed something was going on between Jax and the Reiki therapist. Whether it was emotional cheating or just incredibly poor boundaries, the optics weren't great. And while Jax has now clarified that Kelsey was married and the relationship never crossed any lines, the fact remains. His behavior raised eyebrows and continues to be discussed years later. Fast forward to 2025, and Jax has found himself on a different kind of journey, one that involves actual rehab and professional mental health treatment. During the Valley Season 2, Jax checked himself into a facility to address his anger issues, communication struggles, and overall emotional health. Even while absent from the main events, Jax's presence was still felt, especially during the group healing ceremony in Santa Barbara. When Brittany shared that she had received rage texts from her husband during his time away, fellow castmate Jason Taylor led a moment to send positive energy his way. "Let's put energy toward him sticking through with getting help and really doing better for himself and for Brittany and for his kid," Taylor said, referring to Jax and Brittany's 4-year-old son, Cruz Michael Kachi. In a vulnerable video diary from the rehab facility, Jax shared how lonely and isolated he felt during his treatment. "I know she's going on trips and things like that, and sometimes I feel a little alone. I feel a little neglected," he said, referencing Brittany's travels during his stay. "I wish she would check in on me more. I know that I've done a lot of damage, but I know when we got married, it was in sickness and in health, and right now I'm sick." It was one of Jax's most honest moments in years, a man known for bravado and deflection finally acknowledging his pain. Jax's on-screen journey has been anything but linear. He's been a bartender, a cheater, a lover, a fighter, a husband, a father, and now, a man in rehab trying to better himself. While he may scoff at gratitude balls and group chanting, he's still participating in his own version of healing, even if it doesn't involve crystals or energy transfers. "I don't buy into Reiki now," he said, laughing. "I'm way too ADD to sit there and take it all in." But that doesn't mean he doesn't respect it, or the people who helped him along the way. Despite the controversy, Kelsey remains someone he credits with helping him feel seen during a chaotic time in his life. "She was good at what she does," he reiterated. Whether fans believe the relationship was purely professional or blurred some boundaries, the fact remains that Jax's connection to Kelsey was a key moment in his arc on Vanderpump Rules. It showed a softer, more vulnerable side of the Bravo bad boy, even if it came wrapped in confusion and controversy. As The Valley continues to air, fans are getting an unfiltered look at the next chapter in Jax and Brittany's lives. With marriage tensions, parenting struggles, and personal growth at the forefront, Jax is navigating some serious challenges and trying to keep his temper and his ego in check. Whether Reiki is in the rearview mirror or not, Jax seems to be learning more about himself these days than ever before. "I know I've made mistakes," he said in his rehab video diary, "but I want to be better, for Brittany, for Cruz, for myself." That kind of self-awareness may not come from a gratitude ball, but it might just be the healing Jax Taylor has needed all along.